Welcome back to the Takeout. Thanks for hanging out with us. The chairman of the Florida Republican Party, Evan Power, joins me now. Evan, great to have you on the show. I want to play for you what Kathy Castor, Democrat from Florida, said to me earlier this week about the new lines drawn in Florida, and get your reaction on the other side, if you'd be so kind.
In our state constitution, not only are you disallowed from drawing a district based upon a political party or to favor an incumbent, but you do have to take in mind racial considerations. Districts are directed to be compact. The governor is way out here. He's really seeking the favor of the president. The scuttlebutt is he would like a job because his term comes to an end in November.
Evan, your response.
Well, the Supreme Court case that was decided yesterday says we don't have to draw for those racial considerations. That eliminates that constitutional amendment that we have in place. So what this map does is earlier last year, we took out a district in North Florida that was drawn for those racial considerations. Our Supreme Court upheld that. Now we're going to the rest of the state and cleaning up those districts, drawing fair districts. And when Floridians are getting a choice to choose who their representative is in a fair a fair district, they will elect more Republicans.
You said recently that the state of Florida was shortchanged in the 2020 census. Just a bit of housekeeping, Evan. The Trump administration was still in power in 2020. They conducted the census. How did they shortchange Florida?
It was the analysis that was done after the fact by the Biden administration. They admit they used some analytics that made some changes to those numbers. And at the end of the day, we got less representation and California and Illinois got a little bit more. And so we're shortchanged. If you look at where the population is, we're a growing place that needs more representation. And we were shortchanged by that census, and we're going to have to fix it in a couple of years when we get back to the next census.
Evan, what effect will yesterday's Supreme Court ruling about Section 2 of the voting rights have in future redistricting in Florida?
I think you're seeing it happen right now. Gone are the days of the snake-shaped districts that were drawn for a particular racial reason. And when you look at the map that we drew yesterday, it is in boxes. It looks fair. It looks a lot different than the gerrymanders that exist in blue states. And I think you're going to get fair elections here in Florida. And when voters make those choices, they're going to choose representatives that are Republican here in Florida.
Evan, you've heard the term dummy-mander. That is where a party in power, whether it's Republican or Democratic, redraws district lines, makes some of them more competitive, hoping to enlarge what they already have. But in a wave election, those newly competitive or slightly more competitive districts can go the other way. Any fear that you're creating a dummy-mander scenario in Florida?
Major, I don't think we're doing that. I think people don't understand how different Florida is from 8 years ago or 6 years ago. We have a 1.5 million Republican voter advantage here in Florida. And to put that into context, in 2018, Democrats had a 400,000 voter advantage. You're seeing people move into the state because we were the beacon of freedom during COVID. They like the free state of Florida. We're becoming more and more Republican every day. So I know that when we fight on the battlefield, Hakeem Jeffries can bring his campaign operations down here, but we will win, and we can let the Democrats waste and burn more money here in Florida so we can win some other places.
So what I hear you saying, Evan, is when Democrats, as they frequently do now, point to special election results in other parts of the country saying they're overperforming, polls in certain congressional districts show President Trump's ratings underwater as compared to 2024. You're telling me Florida will be resistant to all of those national trends?
I think Florida is a safe Republican state. People don't understand how great it is. You know, we have special elections that are special. I don't read too much into them. 2 years ago, people were saying we were going to lose Florida because because of a special election. We won the state for President Trump by 13 points. The people here in Florida love President Trump. He's coming here tomorrow for that reason. And we're going to win elections here in Florida very big for Republicans. And we're going to be resisting any trend anywhere else in this country.
Florida Republican Party State Chairman Evan Power. Evan, I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Major.